This looks like a routine audit at first glance. A closed police station, a public footpath, and a camera rolling openly in plain sight. But within minutes, what starts as casual filming turns into a confrontation involving senior officers, counter-terror legislation, and threats of a terrorism search. And here's the twist. No intelligence, no covert behavior, no specific threat. Just a camera and a refusal to hand over ID. By the end of this video, you'll see how rank doesn't equal legality, how junior officers end up carrying the risk, and how knowing the law can be the difference between walking free and being unlawfully searched. Stick around, because this one escalates fast.
Okay guys, so PTCP is here at Mitchum Police Station. But the opening hours are only 9 till 5, and I think it's just gone 5 now. Let me just check. Yeah, just gone 5. Which is a bit frustrating. So we've got the station visitors car park just out front here, and then beyond that is authorised personnel only. So let's let this bike out and get in his way. Nice little Yamaha. Yeah, so policed authorised vehicles only, and over on this side it does say for police personnel only on this one. There we go. But you can't really see a huge deal from somewhere the public can stand, unfortunately. You've got a forensic services van there, and that's about it really. So that's a bit of a shame. Yeah, not bad, thank you. Pardon?
Is there anything we can help you with?
No, you're right. I'm just going to see if I can wait and get some marked vehicles coming in and out or stuff, something.
Can I ask why?
Pardon?
Can I ask why?
Just out of interest, really. That's all. Alright. Alrighty.
This is where the situation crosses a legal line. Section 43 of the Terrorism Act isn't a casual power. It allows police to stop and search someone only when there is reasonable suspicion of terrorism-related activity. Filming from a public footpath by itself does not meet that threshold. And that's not opinion. That's settled guidance. The auditor knows this, which is why he immediately references the NPCC memo on public photography and auditing. That memo exists precisely to stop this kind of escalation. The problem here is an uncertainty. It's refusal to engage with guidance that senior officers are expected to understand. Backhand index pointing right question for you. If filming police vehicles in public is terrorism, where does that leave journalists, tourists, or CCTV?
Maybe one day.
Yeah, no, I'm looking to upgrade. I'm on a 125 at the moment.
Yeah, see you later on.
And by the way, you just blocked somebody coming in. Just be careful of where you park your bike. He was literally trying to come in. Alright, but yeah, so next time I'd recommend.
Because I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I understand that. Obviously, you can pull over safely to the side and do so.
What's your name?
Pardon?
What's your name?
What's your name?
Liz.
Liz.
So I'm this police officer that's in charge of this
Chief Superintendent. Oh, okay, lovely.
Have you got any ID on you, please?
Why would I need ID?
Have you got any ID on you, please?
Come on,
I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Come on, Superintendent. You don't just go around demanding ID from the members of the public.
I'd certainly do if they're a counter-terrorism risk.
Counter-terrorism risk? What makes it a counter-terrorism risk?
Filming our officers.
As I explained to the person on the bike, I don't even know who that is.
Okay, if you...
But I'm just waiting for some marked vehicles to come in and out.
Sir, would you mind me asking, just asking, what are you doing here? You just...
As I've just explained twice now, once to the person on the bike and one on the to this lady.
Mate, listen, you can't really be outside police stations.
Okay, before you go ahead with the search, can I just say one more thing?
Yeah.
I would highly recommend that you look up a memo from the National Police Chiefs Council regarding people filming in public places, regarding social media vloggers and police stations. I would highly recommend it before you land yourself a lawsuit.
Listen,
and that's you do what you
feel comfortable with that.
you do what you got to do. You do what you got. I will not say
listen,
now. I do not consent to any searches. I know lawfully I don't have to, but I want to make that clear.
Regardless of your ability to film things in a public setting,
Right.
Obviously, you raise our awareness and our suspicion, particularly in an environment of severe CT risk.
And who are you? Sorry.
I'm Inspector Tarek McKinsey.
Inspector
Tarek McKinsey.
McKinsey. That's a cool name. I like that. And have you got a warrant number there?
Yeah, I do. 243581.
243501. Thank you. And do you have a warrant number? Sorry.
Mate, listen.
Sorry,
Instead of being obstructive.
You were gonna, no, I'm not being obstructive. I'm trying to get relevant information.
Listen to me for a second, all right?
No, I don't have to listen to you, do I?
You don't.
Exactly.
Okay, fine.
So you give me your warrant number. Do you have a warrant number, Superintendent, please?
We're not going to engage with any further.
Listen.
Well, you are, because you're saying that you're going to search me, so you would have to give your information at that point anyway, wouldn't you?
Can you just grab one of the uniform light?
Yeah.
And you're Charlie Wynn, so you're a constable, thank you. But, am I being detained at this moment? Am I currently detained?
Yeah, uniform, so
No.
you're equipped to everything to do with you.
Okay, so I'm not detained.
Not at this precise
Okay,
moment.
not at this precise moment. Well, again, as I said, you've got smartphones. I would highly recommend you look up this memo, okay? This memo is a key piece of evidence in court on these lawsuits.
I'm not disputing the fact that you're not allowed to film in a
Absolutely.
public setting, but the fact that you're here and filming police
No,
vehicles...
but the memo clearly states that filming outside a police station is not enough grounds for a Section 43.
At this point, a superintendent steps in, a very senior rank. And that's what makes this moment so important. With higher rank comes greater responsibility to get the law right, not less. Instead of de-escalation, we hear repeated claims of suspicion without specifics. No behavior is identified. No intelligence is cited. Just discomfort. And legally, discomfort isn't grounds for a terrorism stop. The auditor remains calm, keeps referencing guidance and documents everything. That's critical. Because when powers are misused, video evidence becomes the only safeguard against after-the-fact justifications.
Police station, you've told a colleague you're filming vehicles, that's capturing the
Marked
data
vehicles.
and things like that.
Marked vehicles.
Irrelevant.
No, we pay for them. Members of the public, as through our taxes, we pay for them. They're not secret information.
We can also search
They're not
you
secret.
to look into that.
No. You have to have grounds to search me.
Yeah, I do.
No. You have to have objection. So
do
you suspect me being a terrorist?
You're also filming people police officers coming out who are not in marked, who are not wearing uniform.
No. You're making an assumption. You're making an assumption there.
The officer just came out and said you were filming as she exited.
Right, and do you know that I was filming her?
Well, I have that suspicion. Okay.
Okay.
That's enough for me to look into.
It's not. That's filming in public.
Look, we can debate this all day.
It's not a debate. The memo clearly says it, and the fact that I've made you aware of this memo is going to win me the lawsuit.
Look, that's absolutely fine.
It's absolutely fine.
It's fine for you to have that opinion.
It's not an opinion. It's fact. I've already got one lawsuit against the NPS for this exact reason.
Well, look, I'm not going to debate those situations. Okay. Is anyone available?
We're just going to ask a question if someone can pop down, but yeah. No, it should come out on the radio.
Yeah, bear with me, okay.
Well, I might just stick around, to be honest. Might go. But
that's within your gift, right?
Well, apparently, because I'm not detained, but you suspect me of being a terrorist because you said you're going to detain me. You're waiting for a uniform to come and detain me. So clearly, you suspect me of being a terrorist.
We'd be more comfortable doing a search when we've got body-worn footage as well. All right.
So you're not going to detain me until the uniform gets here. You're just going to wait. At which point I could just walk away, potentially be a terrorist. As you're saying, you suspect.
It's a developing situation.
It's not, because if you genuinely suspect me of being a terrorist, you would be physically detaining me, wouldn't you?
You're being provocative, in my opinion, and I think you're doing that on purpose.
No, I'm trying to reason with you, Inspector.
You're not being reasonable because you're interrupting me non-stop. I'm trying to talk, you keep cutting in.
You interrupt me as well.
No, I've let you speak. You've said you've made your piece. I've explained what we're looking to do.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's fine.
But it's not fine. That's the issue, Inspector, is that it's not fine. You cannot abuse. You used to have Section 44. You don't have to talk. You don't have to talk. Do you know you used to have Section 44? Do you know why that got repealed? For this exact reason, didn't it? Didn't it, Chief Superintendent?
Why are you filming us now?
Pardon?
Why?
Well, for my own protection. You just said that you're going to detain and search me. As you said, you want body-worn footage. I want my own record as well.
We want to make sure officers are safe. So we want to take...
And I want to make sure members of the public are safe from tyrants like yourselves. So if you're going to abuse Section 43, I cannot stop you from doing that, obviously. And I won't resist you. I'm not going to aid you, but I won't resist you.
Okay.
And you will end up with a civil suit, and you will both be up on disciplinary
We're
matters.
going to wait till the uniform. I think we've both said our piece here.
No, I haven't finished saying my piece, actually.
You're free to talk.
I know I'm free to talk. I have rights. You don't have to respond. You've said multiple times you're not going to continue engaging.
This is where things get dangerous, not emotionally, but legally. The superintendent and inspector don't want to conduct the search themselves. Instead, they call for a uniformed constable to do it. And here's the key point. Liability does not flow upward. If a constable conducts an unlawful Section 43 search, it's their name on the paperwork, their career under scrutiny, and their conduct reviewed by the IPC. Orders don't transfer responsibility. Each officer is accountable for how they use their powers, regardless of who suggested it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're refusing to even look it up. I've made you aware, and neither of you are making any sort of concerted effort to look up this memo, to double-check the facts before you get a uniformed officer down here to detain me and search me and abuse my human rights.
Okay?
No, you're abusing my rights.
Pulling out a phone and doing research right now. I don't know who you are. I don't know anything
You
about
could get this constable to do it. You could get the chief superintendent to do it.
A little bit under control. That's absolutely fine. Right?
Well, sorry, what's your name, Chief? Elizabeth Chappell, and was it Sergeant McKinsky? And your warrant number, sorry? 238826. Thank you. Just so I know exactly who to reference in the complaint to the IOPC.
Absolutely fine.
Absolutely. I will not be bullied by a threat of a search from exercising my right. You know we have human rights in this country. Do you remember your oath? Do either of you remember your oath? No, I doubt that you do you?
We're not going to do this.
You don't have to, but I can still talk and I can still ask questions.
Okay.
Neither of you remember your oath. You swore an oath to the crown of this country to uphold the human rights of the people. I have an Article 10 right to exercise my freedom of expression. That's exactly what I'm doing.
You don't have the right to film police officers.
I absolutely do. Anywhere in a public place, yes, I do. So you're going to come. You're going to come and get a uniform to come with a body-worn camera who has the right to record me, but I don't have the right to record you.
Recording us.
Yeah, but she just said I don't have the right to. Which I absolutely... You just said you don't have the right to record police officers.
You're doing, you've raised our suspicions that
Well,
you're
raising my suspicions right now of absolute tyrannical constables. And it's disgusting that it's a superintendent and an inspector. Absolutely despicable.
Okay, no problem.
You keep saying no problem, but it is a huge problem. A huge, huge, huge problem.
Can you just cover our So essentially, I'll give you a little update. This individual has been spotted outside by an officer leaving the police station unmarked in their own personal vehicle and clothes. She is concerned because it looks like he's filming. Obviously, the entrance probably got coming through. He's also filming an officer going home from work, not in plain uniform at the time. As such, given the specific threat, there's some concerns that perhaps he's raised our suspicion around in the CT environment. So, obviously,
Again, so before you,
if you could put body worn on, obviously,
yeah, absolutely. Oh, there's a vehicle coming, guys. And I'll be polite with you. I'd like you to hear my side of it, okay? And I think that's only fair. So I came here, as I explained to the first person that approached, I came here to try and get some shots of marked vehicles coming in and out, like this one. If you'll see it wasn't being obstructed, I would get a nice sweep shot of a marked vehicle going in. Right? So let me finish. I've advised the Chief Superintendent and the Inspector that there is a memo from the National Police Chiefs Council, okay, that clearly explains vloggers and social media auditors filming police stations, and that it is not to be used as a ground for a Section 43 search, okay? Now, obviously, I've just heard the inspector say that it's down to you and it is ultimately your decision whether to do the search. As such, if you detain me and search me, you will be the one that is liable because you'll be the one detaining and searching. You would be the one that is liable under the IOPC complaint procedures for disciplinary and dismissal, okay? So I would advise that, yes, your superiors are suggesting that you do something, but I would suggest that you have some common sense, at least look up this memo before you take any further action. I'm not going to go anywhere, but I would suggest that you look up this memo before you put yourself in a bad situation because a chief superintendent and an inspector is asking you to. Okay, because you are the one that is ultimately responsible for your actions as a constable, and they don't have the balls to detain me and search me themselves.
Okay, are you aware that there's not a lot of marked vehicles that come in and out?
I wasn't aware of that, no, but I appreciate you telling me. I didn't know that because I've not been here before.
You've not been here before?
No.
Okay.
So how would I know that?
So were you not here earlier?
No.
No.
No. Well, have you had somebody else here filming today?
Well, I've just been told that you were here earlier.
No, I've been here 14 minutes.
Okay. And how long are you staying here?
As long as a piece of string, my friend. You know, like I said, that shot that I've just missed because I'm now engaging in this conversation with you probably would have been enough to get my footage. And I probably would have been on my way. But obviously now I'm going to have to wait for another vehicle because I need to complete my footage.
Okay.
You know.
How many vehicles are you looking for?
Just one. Yeah.
Just like one police car?
Yeah, marked vehicle. Yeah. It's just, pardon?
Why are you filming?
Because I'm interested. You know, we all have individual interests, don't we?
I know everyone tends to have like their own different reasons.
Absolutely, exactly. You know, and I have the right to freedom of expression in this country.
Exactly.
You know, and I absolutely have that right. I'm not trespassing onto your secure areas. I was stood at there. I clearly filmed the fact that you got the authorised vehicles only and the police personnel only sign. And so I made a point to point that out for my footage. And the fact that I'm not going past that, I stood there to film through. All I could see was a forensics unit. And I said,
Just a quick favour, just an officer coming out of their personal vehicle, can you not film that? Just...
I mean, no, because I need to keep the camera pointed at you guys right now.
You can point at me, just not at their personal
I'm not going to. I'm not going to point it directly at that. I'm not going. Okay, I'm not directly pointing it. I'm pointing it at you. If that's in the background.
The auditor makes a crucial historical reference here. Section 44. That power allowed suspicionless stop and search and was repealed because it was abused. Section 43 replaced it specifically to prevent arbitrary searches like this. What you're seeing isn't someone being difficult. It's someone invoking the safeguards that exist because of past policing failures. This isn't shouting. It's informed resistance. And the law protects that. Back-end index pointing right, ask yourself, if this power is stretched here, how often is it stretched when cameras aren't rolling?
getting their registration plate on their face.
I will try to blur it out. If
Will
possible.
you?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
issue we have.
No, because you were polite about it, I will try to blur it out, depending if I can, because sometimes, depending on the shot with you two stood there, it's not always possible.
Our sort of standpoint, the only real issue that we have, right, is the fact that you're obviously free to film whatever you want. Right?
Absolutely, thank you, I appreciate
The
that.
only issue comes when you're filming officers not in uniform, leaving in their personal.
But again, you're making assumptions that that's
It's
what I'm
not an assumption
doing.
of you.
It's not an assumption or anything.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
Exactly.
that the problem stands when that thing
Okay,
happens.
but again, that's not illegal,
So,
is it?
Up until then,
But it's not illegal to do that. I can record every personal vehicle coming in and out.
questions, that's all.
And you can ask questions. I don't like the fact
That's
that.
what we're here doing.
But I don't like the fact that. No.
here having a chat.
Yeah, but we are, but they weren't.
About your
I'm
interaction with them.
I'm fussed about it. I had the Chief Superintendent and an inspector threaten me with a Section 43 search. They should know about the memo. They are like the highest ranking constables. No, I
The issue
can't.
is, with the Section 43, that's underneath the Terrorism Act.
Sure.
If we feel like what your actions are doing will pose a personal risk to any officers that aren't in uniform, because you're getting.
Sorry, you're quite softly spoken. That's all right.
Because you're basically getting their legal information that way by recording their registers and things like that. That sort of raises our sort of threat level. So we're like, oh, why is he recording these officers? What's he planning to do with that video? That's where our ground stands. It's not to say that necessarily we are going to be searching Section 43. But that is an option. That we
It's
do
not.
have.
It's not enough grounds. That the memo clearly covers this. It's not an offence to film anybody's registration plate, personal or private. I'm having a conversation with the constable. You can bugger off. No, I'm done with you. You didn't want to talk to me. Now I don't want to talk to you. No, not to him. To you, I will be. Because and I'll continue with it. I'll continue that with you. He can bugger off. I'm done with him. But
Why exactly did he what was he up to?
because the inspector, as I said, the inspector and the chief superintendent came out demanding ID and saying that I have to provide it, and then saying that they're going to get a uniform out to search me under Section 43.
I'm antagonising, so I'll
It's, yes, good plan. But yeah, it's not a power in this situation that you have the right to use. You have to have objectionable, okay, solid grounds, and there are specific grounds under Section 43 that you need to have. Pardon? That's not my job to tell you that. No.
Clearly you know the legislation.
I do know the legislation very well. I know this legislation very well. As I explained to the Chief Superintendent and the Inspector, I already have a lawsuit against the NPS for an illegal search under Section 43. And that's in the process of going through right now. And it's not my goal to get a lawsuit. Honestly, it's not. Maybe. But
allowed to tell me if you've got
I know I'm allowed to tell. I'm allowed to tell you. I know, but
that's the guy.
I mean, you'll find it anyway. If I upload it, you'll find it. But sorry, forensic coming in. But yeah, I mean, obviously, where was I? Sorry, where was I up to?
You were talking about your lawsuit.
Oh yeah, so I've got a lawsuit ongoing for this exact thing, right? I was filming somewhere in London. They didn't like the fact that I was filming. The police, because I didn't want to give them my information and I didn't want to explain my reason for what I was doing, I think I've given you more information than I gave them. I've told you I'm waiting for marked vehicles to come out. Yeah. I might get a drone over. It's not a flight restricted zone. I might get a drone over yet, because obviously I can't see the marked vehicles from standing here, so I might have to get a drone over to get those shots. It's very loud. Well, that's not helpful with a headache. But yeah.
Do you have a drone on you now?
Pardon?
Do you have a drone on you now?
Yeah, it's in my rucksack.
Is it like a little small?
Yeah.
Like a DJI one?
DJI Mini. Yeah, you know the drill. So, but yeah, so I might get that up. But yeah.
DJI Minis, are they actually good?
Yeah, they're really good. I've got the Mini SE, which is like the baseline one.
Are these the ones that are a grand?
No, mine was.
Can be a grand.
Yeah, like the Mini 3 is like 850 quid.
I think I've looked at yeah, don't even need to be here. You can
Yeah.
look at it if you want.
I'm just like,
You cracking on, yeah?
I don't understand what depends on
Okay, can I just say to you before we go, I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to my side of it and not just the inspectors, and I really appreciate the fact that you haven't put yourself in a bad situation because of your superiors, because you seem like a nice friendly bloke, I'm not gonna lie. that laugh is telling me otherwise.
Yeah, no, he's good.
No, but you seem reasonable, and I'm glad that you haven't put yourself in a bad situation. All right? Absolutely. But yeah, something's telling me otherwise. 1594, I'm gonna have to look into you a little bit more.
I think what we just really wanted to say to you is, obviously you know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
All we're saying is, personally, we have our own vehicles here. We're going home. It's not you necessarily. It's people that might watch your media and see that sort of information on there.
And I get that.
And
I get that to an extent.
Like, I'd rather not. Well, I'm not driving home anytime soon. My shift finishes in like 6 hours later. But like, that's please be considerate of obviously our privacy.
And I get that to an extent, and it's never my objective to stand here.
Right.
And if they had searched me, and when the search would have come back negative, I would have made a point of standing here and filming every single one and publishing them out of spite, and I would have.
We have to reasonably believe that you are a terrorist.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And hostile reconnaissance, according to memo, by its very nature, is covert.
You've swallowed that fully.
Yeah, I mean, when you do public photography and you're interested in filming the police, you do need to know.
Watch the shift when uniformed constables arrive. The tone changes immediately. They listen. They ask questions. They weigh risk instead of asserting authority. This is textbook policing. Calm assessment over assumption. The auditor explains hostile reconnaissance is, by definition, covert. Terrorists don't stand openly filming with a visible camera and prolonged interaction. The constables understand this distinction, and you can feel the temperature drop. This is the moment the situation corrects itself, not because of rank, but because of judgment.
Does this. We have people when we're not just here, but when we drive to calls and stuff, they stand on the side of the road and we'll wait and we'll film and stuff.
Yeah, I always will. Just so for everybody's
sake,
safety, the public's and yours, because you have your body cams on, but obviously when you're dealing with situation, if you're so up close, sometimes it doesn't show it. But then if I've got footage and something happens to you, something happens to the member of the public, there's an objective full shot of it, you know what I mean?
Even when we're dealing with members of the public and things like that,
they
can send us their own footage. But from your perspective, we don't know what you're doing behind the camera, so like there could be times where, you know, like we've turned up to something and someone seems to have got like some mobile phone footage and stuff like that, and this person's absolutely kicking off, but behind the camera they could be going, and
They
stuff
could
like
be.
that, but we don't know that.
They could be.
I missed the answer earlier. How long are you staying for? Just whenever?
Yeah, I'd say that, yeah. As long as a piece of string.
One marked police car in there, and then a couple of carriers, and then most of them are personal vehicles.
Okay.
So there's no cars, no officers here are trained on sort of blue lights.
Okay.
So no one's going to come out for
On lights,
video
okay.
like on blue lights.
Okay.
Stuff, but they
Well,
shouldn't do.
in that case, what I'll do is I'll just get the drone over because
Yeah,
that obviously it will get the top of your personal vehicles, but it's not got the angle to get your reg numbers or anything. So
yeah, that's fine. As long as obviously they're just cars, but it's the main issue I think is when our colleagues are in them and going home. It's like.
yeah. Again, it's not my objective to get that.
Again, we're not saying that it's you personally that are filming for that reason, but people can look at your media and content. And
Sure, but if somebody like specifically really wanted to come and do some damage to this station, there's Google Earth. Like if they wanted access points, there's Google Street Maps, and they could go stand in the park over there, look like they're just playing in the park, and actually be noting down every registration that's coming in and out. You know, they could do their own reconnaissance.
If we can limit the means and stuff, that would be better.
Yeah, again, it's not my objective because you guys have been reasonable. I'm not going to like film every vehicle. The one in the background, I will try and blur it.
Name, you have a nickname or
Nah, I don't give it out. I don't give it out.
Are you on YouTube now?
Nah, I don't give anything
What, so
out.
we can't watch the video of ourselves?
Oh, you can. Like, I won't name it anything obscure.
Is it going to be called like auditing Mitchum Police Station?
It'll be something around it'll have Mitchum Police Station in it. And what day are we on now?
When are you uploading it?
Probably late in the weekend, early next week. I've got a few other videos going out on that, so
Cool. Well, I see no need for us to really stand here anymore, to be honest.
Brilliant.
Yeah, just do what you do, obviously. I don't know what else
Can I just ask you a favour?
Yeah, go for it.
Can you please educate your Chief Superintendent and Inspector?
To be fair to you, mate, like, you've got to remember that where they are in the positions they are, they're not.
No, because
they're not talking to members of the public like yourself every day.
It doesn't matter. Like, they're higher ranked. They set the example
lot
for you guys at the end of the day, and it's unacceptable. If they had taken this time to have this chat with me, they would come to the same conclusion that you guys have come to, that I'm not here for any terrorist activity, and that I'm just doing what I do for my social media. And I even said to them about them when I mentioned the memo to them, I said it explains about social media vloggers and auditors, and they still didn't clock in their head. You know what I mean? Like they're just not switched on upstairs. They should not be in that position.
They're very privy to a lot more of the safety briefings, counter-terrorism briefings. Obviously, police officers do get followed.
Absolutely,
so
but
well,
you know that risk when you take the job on, don't you? I mean, to be honest,
I just don't think it's acceptable.
I don't think it's acceptable, but it's a risk of your job. The police, there is a dissolution between the public and the police, unfortunately, and I do think we all need to work on that from both sides to build that bridge.
I disagree, but that's fine.
But I mean, you guys are in special measures. I mean, let's face it, that doesn't happen for no reason. There are 5 or 6 forces in this country that are in special measures.
That doesn't reflect on how we are as individual officers.
Not as individual officers, and that's why I give everybody their fair due. You're like, I've had a civil conversation with you, I'll be respectful to you, because I'll give everybody their fair due. When they came out and started demanding ID and throwing around Section 43, you're not going to get the same side of me. The same way that if I start being abusive to you, I'm not going to get the same side of you. We all have different parts of ourselves, and I think respect on both sides goes a long way, and I will give everybody that until they show me they don't need it. Jahari's box. I'm a psychologist, so yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Photographer, drone flyer.
Amateur photographer, psychologist by training.
How long have you been doing photography?
Photography? On and off since I was a teenager, really.
You're allowed to call yourself an amateur photographer at that point.
Yeah, I mean,
you've got more than enough experience.
No, I mean, I literally just use a mobile phone and like some basic editing software. I don't. iPhone. I don't go around with a DSLR or anything like that. It's just purely amateur. Like, it's not anything special. I don't use Photoshop or anything.
Even people with like a whole DSLR and they're using Photoshop
and they still can't do shit with it. But yeah, just hobbyists really.
We'll leave you to it.
Alrighty.
Yeah, please.
Just so I know who I've spoken to, we've got 2351 and yourself there.
1601.
1601, and I got yours already. Southwest, brilliant. Well, I really appreciate your time today, guys. I'm really glad that you guys didn't fuck up. Please let them know that they will still be getting a complaint regardless of the fact that I didn't get searched.
Have you taken their name?
Yeah. I've got everything.
Paper or
on record, I've got it all on video. But yeah. Alright guys, I'll let you crack on. Just one more thing, I don't think any of you let me know you were recording me. Obviously that is in your policies. I literally looked that up this morning as well, and it's literally like the first paragraph of the first section that you do have to verbally announce so that it's not covert. I'm not going to give you a hard time and putting complaints about it because you have been very reasonable. But I would be within my rights to please remember to make sure that you verbally announce to members of the public when you start recording them. You are subject to GDPR. Obviously, if I don't know that I've been recorded, a member of the public that doesn't know that they've been recorded, they don't know that they've got data to access under their rights. And also, you could be contravening REPA because by not mentioning you, you're actually covertly recording, which is a seriously indictable offence, actually. And I wouldn't want to see you guys get in that situation. So, for everybody's safety, for yours and the public's, please remember to just let them know. I appreciate that. Alrighty, guys. Cheers. Cheers, alright. Take care.
Sure you don't want to tell us the YouTube name?
Nah, no, you'll find it.
Nothing's going to happen.
You'll find it. Oh, you say that, but I've given up. No, because like, I'm not zooming in. I'm just getting a nice thumbnail with some smiley faces. But no, I've given up. I've given out my channel before, and it's easily.
This final exchange matters more than it might seem. Police body-worn cameras are governed by policy and GDPR. Officers are required to verbally announce recording to avoid covert surveillance. The auditor doesn't weaponize this, he educates. He could complain. He chooses not to. And that restraint matters. Accountability isn't about punishment. It's about preventing future misconduct. The officers acknowledge the point. No defensiveness. No escalation. Just professionalism.
That's really embarrassing for Mitchum. I think that the 3 PCs have come along and completely de-escalated the situation that a chief superintendent and an inspector escalated. So like the chief superintendent and the inspector, they didn't even have the balls themselves to commit to a section 43, and they tried to bring out a uniformed PC to do their dirty work for them. And as I explained to him, it would have been him that would have been liable for the search, because he would have been the one using his powers, and each constable is directly responsible for how they exercise their powers, regardless of whether a supervisor has coaxed them into it. I think that was absolutely disgusting and appalling behaviour from the inspector and the chief superintendent. And yeah, just that's honestly disgraceful. Honestly in shock of that one. So notice how the chief superintendent scuttled away very quickly. Alright, where can I go to get this? Because I need to be quite high up to maintain a visual line of sight because of that big old building. And the trees would block me if I stand in the park. The path aside is quite narrow. Yes side, but I can't get enough of an angle to get a low enough line of sight. I don't know if there's really anywhere good enough and safe enough to get the drone up here, guys. Not that I would feel comfortable with. There we go, guys. So that wraps us up here at Mitchum Police Station. Yeah, not good at all. Well, mixed bag, but yeah, not good, not impressed. This will be getting a revisit at some point. We'll give them some time to get their act together, wait for some complaints to be made, and potentially a lawsuit, and we'll see what it's like after that. Until then, guys, stay safe.
This incident didn't end with a search, but that doesn't mean it wasn't serious. A superintendent and an inspector threatened a terrorism power without lawful grounds and tried to shift responsibility onto junior officers. Those officers chose a different path. They listened, assessed, and de-escalated. 3 takeaways stand out. Knowing the law protects you. Rank does not shield misconduct. And good policing relies on communication, not authority alone.